The Miami Open kicks off on Wednesday, and I am excited about this tournament. It's definitely going to be an interesting one, and that is because there are a few noticeable players who will not be in the field, including world number one Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer. This will be the first time since 2004 that we will not have at least one of the big three in an ATP 1000s event. Also not playing is Dominic Thiem. Novak is being selective with his tournament selection, and now that he has broken the record 4 consecutive weeks at world number one, and both Nadal and Thiem are resting up for the clay court season, which is going to start right after the Miami Open. And everyone else will be in attendance, including Alexander Zverev, who is coming off a win in Acapulco, defeating Stefanos Tsitsipas, and then we've got Aslan Karatsev, who is coming off a big win in Dubai, who he defeated fellow countryman and Andrei Rublev in the semis to make it to the final. Not having the biggest names in the field, that means that there is an opportunity for a new player who could possibly break through. This is still a best of 3 tournament, but without breaking down the draw, I don't want to go into detail here, but I do think that Aslan Karatsev has a shot to win this tournament, and at plus 1600, I am enticed, and I am grabbing that. I think it is great odds to pull, once again, a big surprise. And this guy, he is just absolutely having himself a season. This time last year, he was ranked 263 in the world. And then on Monday, he broke through to the top 30 and is now world number 27. And exactly how did he do it? By winning a crap ton of tournaments. And those were all challenger events. He won back-to-back challenger events. At the Australian Open, he defeated world number 9, Diego Schwartzman, world number 19, Felix Auger-Aliassime, and then, of course, world number 21, Grigor Dimitrov in the quarterfinal. His match against Auger-Aliassime, that was his first 5-setter of his career. And then there was those 3. They were all his first wins against top 25 opponents. Ultimately, though, he did lose and fall to world number 1, Novak Djokovic, in the semifinal. But it is Novak, and he is world number 1, so you can't really fault him too much for that one. He has played a lot of tennis, and fatigue may definitely kick in, but I do still think that he has an opportunity, one last potential here to make a good run before the clay court season begins. I'm not sure many will agree, but I do definitely really like Aslan Karatsev's game, and I want to give you 5 reasons as to why I think that he is a solid contender, and not just here, but potentially for the long run. Starting with number 1, he takes the ball on the rise, and this is good because it takes time away from opponents during a rally, and it is effective against baseliners. And if you follow ATP tennis, then you'll know that that's pretty much what ATP tennis has become right now, a game full of baseliners, so that definitely works to his benefit. He also is really good at well-timed aggression. He is not afraid to dictate play in a fashion that allows him to go for a high-risk, down-the-line, extreme cross-court shot. He has plenty of these. You can look at any match up on YouTube that he has faced against Rublev, against any of his opponents, and he has bullets cross-court, and it is a beauty, and he's really good at it. And this comes with mental stamina. I talk about the mental game in tennis like every single day, and we have seen Aslan show that mental fortitude to win matches, to win now tournaments. Down 2-0 to Auger to then come back and win the match. He lost the opening set 6-2 to Dimitrov to then come back and win in 4. You can't ever tell if he is winning or losing because he just keeps calm throughout. Whether he is down, whether he is up, you wouldn't really know the difference. I really like the mental strength that this guy has shown, and he is consistent from match to tournament. And then you've got a really good serve placement. His serve is good, but I don't think that his serve is one that's going to blow people out of the water. But he is able to hit the edges of the service box. It's about placement, and he's really good with that. And then finally, I think the thing that is really working to his benefit is the non-familiarity. He is still very much a fresh player. He's definitely new and upcoming. Obviously, we saw him go from 260 to now top 30. And I think that because he hasn't played a lot of the players at the top, that's really going to work to his benefit. He has no match history against Tsitsipas, none against Zverev, none against Raonic. And if he makes a deep run at the Miami Open, these are the exact players that he's going to end up facing. So I think that the unknown factor can definitely work to his advantage. This is definitely not a foolproof betting option. You know that when I take a futures bet in tennis, it is because I am absolutely certain that they are going to make it to the final, as with Novak, Dominic Thiem, and then Medvedev here at the Australian Open. But I do think that this is a really good spot for Karatsev. It is one less effort for him to leave his mark on the hard court season. I do think that his draw is favorable, and it does match up to him facing Rublev in the quarterfinal, who he has already defeated. So I think if he can get past Rublev again, then plus 1600 is definitely looking pretty good. He could definitely come out and lose in the opening round, but I think that he has proven that he is really good against some of those lesser opponents, lesser quality opponents, and that's what he's going to face in the early rounds. So if he can make a deep run against the better players, having already defeated somebody like Rublev and Felix Auger and Grigor Dimitrov, I think then he definitely has a potential, and at plus 1600, I got to think that that's a good price.